Greetings, beautiful queens of all nations. This is Sister Love, also known as Lady Love, also known as the Love Goddess. I was watching the debate and then I watched the VMA. And then I watched The View and I had a few observations. For so many years, women have been subjected to misogyny, which is being treated less than a woman or being treated as or objectified as an object. We're not chattel. We're not owned. We are our own person. So to see women forgetting what it took to get to this point where we can actually vote and actually have a say about our bodies instead of the archaic belief that be seen and not heard, that women would rather go backwards to be mistreated as objects. And it all comes down to money. Will I get my husband's or boyfriend's or significant other's money if I have an opinion? That is amazing that in 2024, women would rather be objectified than to be a scholar and actually have a say in what is happening to their bodies, what is happening to their children's bodies, what is happening to their families, even though we have the opportunities to make great choices instead of foolish choices. So I think back to the story from biblical times of Esther. For such a time as this, a woman is born. Now, I believe that Kamala, our Vice President, Mrs. Kamala Harris, has embodied what American dream is all about. She's a daughter of immigrants who are both Black and Indian. She embodies what can actually happen when you are encouraged to be the very best that you can. And then I think about my own self. Our family started in the South. So my father and my mother were married. My grandparents on both sides were married. And they believed in family. And the women all excelled. So for women to choose a man who hates women and who objectifies them and tells people to grab them by the crotch, to actually mistreat his own wife, who is an immigrant, and she doesn't even want to hold his hand while he was the president, and embarrassed him numerous times because of his misogyny. How in the hell can you follow a fool? Are you a wise woman or a foolish woman? Obviously, these women who are choosing to follow a misogynistic donkey with the IQ of a peanut has some mental health issues because they're not thinking clearly. A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish woman tears her house down. So which one are you today? A wise woman who chooses to move forward and help her family heal from the trauma of white supremacy? Or are you a woman that chooses to go backwards and be mistreated, talked about, killed on a regular basis, all for economic gain, for which you actually can go to work and make as much money or more than your spouse. Because when the men are out working, who's taking care of the children? Who's taking care of the household? Who is making sure his wishes sometimes, and if he leaves you, you're still the head of the household? So why would you choose to follow a fool in 2024 when we're all fighting for equity in our health, equity in our families, equity in everything we do? Why are we making less than men and we doing twice the work? Are you serious? Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your way? Well, today is an opportunity to make a better choice, to build a house like Esther did, like Deborah did in the Bible, like a lot of the women chose to be builders. And Proverbs 31, a wise woman builds her house. Build your house today instead of tearing it down by making wise decisions rather than foolish ones. Thank you. This is Sister Love. Hope you have a better day and make wiser choices for your daughters, your granddaughters, your great-granddaughters, because you can always make more money than any man. Thank you.